So we finally got to have a conversation about Vivek Ramaswamy, because this is a voice that we can no longer ignore, so stay tuned. So welcome everybody. Today we want to talk a little bit about Vivek Ramaswamy. He is probably one of the biggest surprises when it comes to the Republican Party, out of the candidates that are absolutely gaining momentum. Full disclosure, when the man came and made the announcement that he was going to be running, listen, I looked into a couple of his books, I listened to some of his interviews, and I said, you know what, phenomenal ideas. I think this man is painfully right about many things that are going wrong about our country, and yet I just didn't see how he was going to be able to gain any momentum whatsoever. The fact of the matter is that I want to highlight a couple of things. Some of the things that still look like he's going to need a lot of work to do, and some of the other areas where it appears that he already is going to have an edge over other people, meaning he definitely has a way to continue to build momentum, gain momentum, and to advance it. And I believe that from this moment on, moving forward, when it comes to the Republican Party, when it comes to this election cycle, you know, Vivek is not going to be a voice that's going to be easily ignored. Right now, just recently, I know that the Turning Point Action Network had an incredible event in the state of Florida. It was close to 6,000 to 7,000 people that attended that event. Anybody who's anybody that has to do with either the Republican Party, politics, or just again keeping an eye with what's going on for the next election, really showed up to that place, right? And one of the biggest surprises for everyone was the clarity of the message, the consistency of the message, and the argument that Vivek Ramaswamy is making right now when it comes to making a case that he should be a valuable candidate right now for president of the United States. And a lot more people are paying attention. At the very beginning, I just wasn't. I just didn't see how there was any possibility that he was going to gain any momentum. He's fast talker. He speaks facts, you know what I mean? He's just very much on the money when it comes to highlighting many issues that do need some help, some correction. My only criticism, and still is until today, that he still has to fine-tune a little bit his ability to connect with people. I understand your pain, I know what you're going through type of statement, the benefit to you will be type of phrases that he doesn't know yet how to connect. But I think that even his camp, I will assume, are already getting to him to try to make some adjustments, because people truly don't care what you know until they know that you care. So even if you have the ability to offer the best possible solutions, people are not looking at these moments as factual moments, right? We know right or wrong, we know good or bad, we know when a good policy is going to have a good impact or when it's going to have a bad result. But at the same time, we do business with people we like, we follow people we like, we connect to people we like, right? So when somebody's making you feel good about the process, good about yourself, even if it's not the best answer, sadly enough, that is the reality in many cases, people will follow that opposed to the best possible solution. So he's got to make an adjustment on that side, make no mistake about it. But already growing to pass anywhere between 7 to 12%, depending on what you're looking at. And also Ron DeSantis, you know what I mean, the governor of the state of Florida, who did not show up to that event, who hasn't been doing too many or this type of long form podcasts that will ask you a lot of questions or challenge your position, is somewhere somehow it appears to be losing a little momentum. The question is, by the time we get to those primaries, by the time we get to the debates, by the time we get to those confrontational moments, who's going to be the person that is going to be playing second position to Donald Trump? Because make no mistake about it, as of this moment, it is Donald Trump that's dominating in terms of presence, language, the polls. And the fact of the matter is, if we were talking about going to an election day tomorrow, it would be Donald Trump, the one representing the Republican Party. However, very unusual to see this brown-faced Indian, first generation born of a Hindu religion background. I mean, there's so many things that would be a complete new when it comes to not just the Republican Party, but for the nation in general. And I think that in a time where everybody's making an argument for acceptance and for being more open to something that looks and feels and sounds different than we are, this will be one of the greatest tests that the country is going to have, to see if we're going to have the ability to embrace this man, considering the amount of difference that we have. However, the message is right on point. Here you have somebody with a business background that absolutely understands the Constitution very well. And that's a deadly combination, because, you know, the novelty with Donald Trump was, okay, he's got a business background, he's an outsider, right? And maybe the fact that there was a lot of things about the constitutional powers and the Constitution itself that led to, almost by the end of President Trump's presidency, to feel that he was relying on a system that he did not know very well how to use. In the case of Vivek, it appears that, again, an outsider, never part of politics, extremely successful business-wise, so he also has that going for himself. But what would be the equalizer, right? And that would be his knowledge base connected to the Constitution, balance of power, and hopefully he will be able to make the kind of adjustments and avoid the mistakes that President Trump has done. His argument right now is a clear pro-America. Let's find common ground. Let's move forward, right? Let's truly move forward. Like let's find this new generation. This is the first millennial running for president. Let's move forward. Let's become part of that generation that's going to unite the country. Let's not waste so much time on the things that are dividing us. But this is a time where we need to, considering the amount of outside powers that actually want to hurt the country, this is the time where you want to make sure that we find common ground. We can unite and take our country back to what it always has been, which is that light, that shining light on the top of the hill. So with that being said, I just want to invite you, because now I'm becoming a believer a little bit, right? Like I said, nobody's going to be able to ignore his message moving forward. And all I'm telling you is just listen to a couple of his messages. See how you feel about it. See what you think. And at this point, we need a balance of powers everywhere. Is this the person that's going to be the best challenge against somebody like Donald Trump when it comes to it? Or is everybody at this point not even capable to compete? But it appears that he's making a great case. He's outworking just about everybody. He definitely outperformed every of the other candidates except for Donald Trump himself. I think that they were pretty much the people that owned that event. And that tells you a lot when it comes to the future. So I'm inviting you to look into his political positions, his career. I think more than anything else, what I want is for everybody to just get a little bit involved, understand what's going on, whichever one of the political parties. You know, I mean, we absolutely going to do also something in terms of the people that are running in the Democrat side. Just to also give you a perspective about both sides of it. We want to help you just have a united perspective, something that gives you an idea of what's going on out there, because unfortunately we're not paying enough attention. With that being said, thank you for watching this, and subscribe, like, move it around, and invite your friends to have an opinion. What do you think will this be a good moment? You know, just give us your perspective. Will this be a good moment for the country to embrace someone like Vivek? What about his argument is resonating with you? Is there anything that you disagree? So comment, like, subscribe, and we will see you in the next one. Take care.